out there.
But it was the SI motor, right? That came with it.
Yeah.
And he was already plugging like 11 with it. It was like a great one. You don't remember that Honda Tune anymore?
Right, what you guys know, like 15 seconds?
Hey, I got 20 grand. For this? I got 20. No cap. I ain't lying. You asking 25? Damn, 20. He won't take 20 grand for it. You can keep the wheels. Ah, 25 without the wheels, guys. 25 without the wheels. This is the homie Carrie's car, S14. You guys know I love S14s, and this thing is actually for sale.
I didn't do anything extra. It's not important. I would love to let you.
You guys already know every time we're out here, we got to get some doghouse. Herb's burger is looking fire though.
It's called the Hangover.
The Hangover? No, it makes sense. It's got the egg in there. Oh my goodness. Fire. All right, guys, so we are back here at the garage, and man, what a fun-filled day. So we took off this morning, or actually I did. Herb was actually already over there.
Yeah, I camped there last night.
You camped there last night, and I mobbed out there by myself, man. It was crazy, because I originally was supposed to load up the H2B car. I woke up super late, and I was like, man, by the time I load this thing up, the car, the Big Bertha, the dolly, all that, I probably wouldn't have left, waking up late for another hour, and then I would have shown up super late, and then the whole shebang would have been done because it wasn't even that long in duration. It was only like 3-4 hours. And I decided, well, let's just take Blueberry. But then I had just taken Blueberry to a different meet, and then I was like, well, I've already driven the car, let's drive something else. I was like, okay, let's take the KRX. And I was like, you know what, let's just go stretch some legs with the wagon. So I ended up taking the wagon to the meet, and it was freaking awesome. It was chill. It was, all the elite cars came out. A lot of high caliber builds came out, and I had, just like any other meet, I didn't really walk a lot. I was literally checking out some of the whips, got caught with a lot of people, and really just hung out with a lot of faces that I don't see often. So I really had an awesome time, despite not checking out every single car there. But I'll take the interaction all day over checking out the whip. So we did all of that, and we actually went to Mexico a little bit, and I'm probably gonna toss all of that to the end of the video, because I don't want to spoil the video with it now. You know, show you boys some support and watch it to the end if you guys want to see some Mexico stuff. But anyways, I drove the wagon, and I heard this crazy flopping, and I'm like, what's going on? What's all these crazy noise? And then I had to stop, get out of my car, and figure out what it was. And it turned out that my wing was literally hanging on for dear life. It was literally split in half, and it was flopping because the charge speed was just bouncing up and down on the stock wagon wing. And now the wing is right there, cracked. You can see it. And mind you, this is a custom charge speed wing molded onto a wagon spoiler to make it 100% bolt-on. You can see I have a nut right there, and that's actually still attached to my hatch there. But anyways, I didn't want to lose it, so I took it off. And this probably cracked over the years, because the cats tend to sleep on my wing. Of all places on the top of my car, they sleep on my wing. And the cats, you know, when there's 3 of them, it's heavy, and the wing is made out of fiberglass, so that broke. And I'm gonna have to do body work and remold that some way or the other. And this time I'm probably gonna use 3M panel bonding agent to make it that much more stronger than some fiberglass and some body work, and hopefully get this thing resprayed and tossed back onto the car. But honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It looks like a regular wagon now. So just to be a little productive for the rest of my night, what I'm going to be doing is the B20. It's kind of sort of assembled, but there's still a lot more I need to do with this engine before we slap it into the CRX. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go and pull out my built block, which is stashed in the back over there somewhere, and I'm going to grab some of the stuff I'm going to be needing for this. I'm going to need the post mount for one that goes here, and then we're going to pull the alternator out since we don't have one there, and then just a few odds and ends. I have, let me see, I have distributor with wires here. I actually need to go to the parts store to get spark plugs because I don't have those. And the main important thing right now is I need a clutch, and a clutch at the parts store is literally 200 some odds dollar, and I don't know if I want to spend that right now. And also I don't have any big spline clutches because I have a big spline transmission I can toss on, but that's not the transmission that's going to be on this long block. So I'm really just trying to sort out whatever I have in the garage to make this much more complete, and I'm hoping to swap this in maybe mañana. So let's go ahead and scramble some parts and get this thing much more completed. I just need my alternator. It's got a belt on it too. Okay, so you got to put the post mount on. Crank comes off, and I'm actually going to be changing this pulley to the one that came off my LS block only because I have the matching belt for the other one. This is a DA crank pulley and it's much larger, so I don't have a belt for it, and it kind of saved me a little bit of money. So I'm just gonna keep this off for now, just to run the alternator setup, and then we'll get the correct belt for it later. Got some 10 mils. This comes off. This right here is a 1993 Integra DA post mount. It is the same between the manual and automatic transmission. Make sure you use the correct hardware on the bottom, and it threads enough, because if it doesn't thread enough, it's gonna pull threads out, and then you're gonna have motor mount issues. It's funny you guys think I shoot everything with a gun and call it a day. Realistically, I don't show you guys that I hand torque everything down after shooting the gun. I just don't show it on camera because why would I show the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? Hand torque, not torque wrench, because I mean, you've done this enough, you kind of know where it needs to sit. Go ahead and toss the cover back on. This one you could probably hit it with like 2 UGGs. B series alternator. Put the belt on. Give it a good tension. Alrighty, alternator done. LS distributor, I have one leg cut off because I used it for a VTEC head, and it actually does work. You can time it, but ensure that you are installing the teeth here into the camshaft correctly. It only goes in one way. Some distributors allow you to go both ways, which is wrong because that's 180 degrees off, and you're gonna have some ignition timing issues. So it goes in that way, and it shouldn't go in the other way. Nope. Okay. There we go. These are distributor specific 12mm bolts, and I'm very specific when it comes to distributors to use the correct hardware. I know my timing on the timing belt side is dead on, and because we don't have a timing gun on this right now, I am going to put this dead centered on the flange and just lock it in there for now, and then we'll time it when it's in the car. So just lightly lock it in place. I have so many sets of NGK wires in the storage unit, and I found the cleanest one. So we're gonna go ahead and just use this on here. This thing is broken. TPS is gonna be loose until we calibrate it in the car. So we'll take care of that once everything is all settled in the engine bay. Probably gonna have to shorten that right there, maybe an inch. All right. So I went through my hose tote and I pretty much found all of the coolant hoses and vacuum hoses I'm gonna need for the B20. Although the coolant lines don't really matter too much because we're not gonna be filling the coolant in. We're just gonna turn it on, make sure everything works and sounds well, and then we're gonna pull it back out. But it's nice to know that we have all of our coolant lines attached to it anyways, and it's pretty much almost ready to rock and roll. We have the coolant hose that goes from the upper radiator neck right here that goes to the fast idle control valve, fast idle thermal valve, or whatever this is, and we have the idle air control valve hose that goes to the water pipe in the back right there. PVC, I keep forgetting the tongue twisting word of this unit right here on the valve cover. We got that PVC hose and or PCV, I don't leave a comment down below, guys. But for the most part, all of the coolant hoses, everything's all connected, and a few of these stuff like TPS has to be calibrated inside the car. But for the most part, it just really needs a clutch. The transmission right there can go on, and then we can plop this into the car. But we're not going to do that tonight because we still got to sort all of that out. I'm super stoked that this engine is looking more and more complete, and I'm actually pretty excited to get it into the car and, you know, fire this thing over for the first time. I actually went over the harness because I was going to put it on the engine, and it turns out that this harness is actually missing all of the injector plugs, and I can understand why, because the car went turbo, the car had aftermarket injectors, and they pretty much snipped all of the injector plugs with it. So I'm going to try to trace all of these wires down, figure out which one is which, and then I do have injector plugs I can wire back in, probably clean this harness up and just use it for the time being. But this is not what we're going to be using when the final engine goes into the car. I do have a tucked harness, a brand new one tucked in the back in the box over there, and we're going to install that. But as far as tonight goes, there's not much more I can do until I get to the parts store to grab the rest of the things that I need, including the spark plug. So I'm probably going to cap out this video right here. I hope you guys enjoy a little bit of the Import Showdown car meet this morning and a little bit of engine update for the first engine that's going to go into the CRX. So if you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for some more updates on this CRX, or even Fred started working on his Honda Accord, so I'm going to try to go film some of that maybe tomorrow. So if you guys want to stick around, maybe see some Fred Honda Accord content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the Mexico clip at the end of this video. Peace. Big body Prelude out of there.
I mean, I don't like doing digs, but